Welcome to Shambu Sessions Artist Spotlight. Today I'm delighted to welcome Mexican pianist and composer Daniel Treviño, whose album Bridges was recently released. Based in Guadalajara, Daniel built a career in technology while quietly nurturing a lifelong dream to record a solo piano album. He discovered the music of Windham Hill Records and George Winston as a young student, and a seed was planted. Years later, that seed led him to record his new album, Bridges, at Imaginary Road Studios, with Will Ackerman and Tom Eaton producing. Let's learn more about Bridges. Daniel, welcome, and how are you?
Doing well, Shambu. Thank you so much for this great intro, and it's a big pleasure to be with you today.
Fabulous. So you've built a career in technology, yet music really runs deep in your life. Tell me about the feeling when you first heard Windham Hill music and as a teenager, and describe that moment, and what did you feel was different in that music from other music?
Sure. Well, the first impression that I had was that it felt like a river of beautiful emotions. If I needed to summarize, I would say that it was pure magic. I immediately identified with the style. I found that the music was deep, evocative, but at the same time innovative, which was very interesting to me. And most important, the music triggered the passion of my soul, which is music.
And this is not your first recording, because you were doing some recordings with other people, but it's your first album as a solo artist. Why was it important for you to finally create this solo piano record?
Well, as I have mentioned before, I started with piano since a very early age, and I very rapidly discovered that I had a very strong connection with piano. I have always considered myself as a communicator, and I have found that the piano is one of the best tools that I have to express who I am.
And you said it was a dream to work with Will Ackerman. Will said to me that you had recorded all the songs in a single day. He said that your session was, quote, as impressive as any session I can remember, quote. What gave you the courage to kind of follow your dream and reach out to Will and start working with him?
Sure. Well, first, I do appreciate Will's words, very kind. And to answer the question, I think it's the love for music, the passion to pursue my greatest dream in life. And of course, doing so with Will and Tom and the other great musicians, Charlie, Michael, Jeff, Noah. It was like a return to my roots, to where it all started in my younger years, when I discovered that I was carrying this calling about music.
And Bridges includes some really amazing collaborators. Tell us about the experience of, like, for the first time having Will Ackerman, Charlie Bisharat, Michael Manring, and guys like Jeff Haynes join you on this record. And what did they bring to the music?
Yes, well, first, it was a profound honor, truly a dream come true. They brought incredible music, a unique sound, and that took the songs to new heights, to higher levels. Really, the music ended up being a fantastic product, fantastic result, and I'm so honored to have had this opportunity to collaborate with them.
What did you learn from working with them?
I learned how important for me as an artist to prepare well in advance before getting into the studio, to be very focused on quality, but at the same time balancing what feels music, right? What comes from within, the feelings, the experiences in life that one has that nurture the music that one creates, and especially when it gets recorded at studio.
And one of the songs on the album is called Friends in Vermont. I know it was named spontaneously. It starts with you at the piano, and then gradually these beautiful musical voices join in. What does that piece mean to you personally?
It's a very special song, Friends in Vermont. I mean, having Will on the guitar, Charlie in the violin, Michael with the bass, Jeff percussion, really, really special. A dream come true. Working with Will and Tom at studio felt so natural. that I also felt that I was making music with lifelong friends. So that's where the song gets its name.
Yeah, I remember when I was working with both of those guys, I thought, boy, I am in good hands. They really know what
Yes.
they're doing.
Yes, they are masters at what they do, and it's so comfortable to work with that I did enjoy the experience.
And you have another song on the album called Plant Garden. You had mentioned that it took you 30 years to complete that song. That seems like you need a lot of patience for that. How did that melody unfold so slowly over time?
Sure, I would like to share a little bit about it. Well, back in the Christmas Eve of 1995, I was playing the piano, surrounded by my family, my parents, my siblings, and also my grandpa was there, my mother's father. Actually, that was the last time I spent Christmas with him, because 1 year after that he passed away. But during that night, spending time with him was very special. But also, when playing the piano, a very special melody started to emerge from what I was playing, and I said, "Well, I should maybe spend some time perfecting the song rather than rushing it." But it took me 30 years. When I was planning the album recording, I felt within my heart that it was the perfect time to finalize the composition, and I did. And after I recorded it with Tom and Will, I really liked the end product and what we did together at studio.
And spirituality is a big part of your music, it's a big part of your life. How does that spiritual perspective shape the way that you approach music?
Yes, you're very right. I have always seen music very related to spirituality. When I compose music, I try to do so in such a way that it invites listeners to reflect. I see reflection as a very helpful tool, or for someone to better know himself or herself. And it's a great tool to discover oneself spirituality.
And you've described music as a language of the universe, a tool to elevate consciousness. When did you begin to kind of understand and see music in that way?
Well, I'm saying music together with spirituality, and I believe that my spiritual path started almost at the same time as I started with music. So the fact that music is a great tool for reflection and for inner discovery was something that I really felt that I should continue doing over the years. And I have tried to stick to that concept or perspective about music and spirituality.
Are you finding yourself playing in spiritual settings? Do you play live anywhere?
Yes, for sure. I'd love to do that. And I will be very happy if my listeners find in my music a tool or a component for their own spiritual path. I will be very pleased. And if that happens, I would say that my music will have achieved its, let's say, purpose.
And do you see yourself making more music after Bridges?
Yes, absolutely. I love music, and it will be very important to me personally to continue doing so in the short term and in the long term as well. Music for me is something that enriches my life and that supports my own spiritual path. And as I mentioned before, I also see music as one of the best ways for me to express who I am. I feel that I communicate better with people when I use music to do so. So yes, absolutely yes.
I look forward to hearing that. And what do you hope listeners will experience when they sit quietly and listen to Bridges? It's a beautiful, beautiful album.
Thank you so much, Shambu. Really appreciate your words. And well, my aspiration is that listeners say, by listening to Bridges, I was able to spend some time quietly and reflecting about many things in life, and that reflection allowed me to connect better with myself and to discover my inner world. that's why Bridges, right? Because it's an aspiration for this music to be helpful for people to connect with their own inner worlds.
And that's really what the word bridges means for you.
Yes, a way to link the physical life that we are all experiencing in the day-to-day things that we do with our own inner self, our own internal world. And every human being has a wonderful, let's say, amazing inner world to discover. And if I can contribute to that, I will feel very glad, but also that I am achieving my purpose through music.
Well, it's definitely a higher purpose, and I really kind of appreciate that you're going in that direction and working with Will Ackerman and Tom Eaton. They are the perfect guys to help bring out music of the heart. That is for sure.
I totally agree with that. It was a dream come true, and I knew that they were the exact team with whom I really wanted to collaborate for this album, and look forward to having the opportunity in the future to do more music with them.
Great, Daniel. And is there anything else you want to cover about your music or the album that we haven't talked about?
I think we cover pretty much about the album. I would say, if I may add, that Bridges is a collection of both piano solo pieces, but also instrumental songs where I was very blessed and fortunate to have collaborations by Will Ackerman, Charlie Bisharat, Jeff Haynes, Noah Wilding, and Michael Manring. I'm so grateful for that. And I would really like to invite your audience to listen to it. And I'm sure that they will enjoy every piece in the album because it's made with the heart.
That's great, Daniel. Well, Daniel, I want to thank you for sharing Bridges and sharing the story behind this beautiful album. And you can learn more about Daniel Treviño's music at linktree/Daniel.Treviño. And I will put a link in the YouTube description. Bridges is available now on all streaming platforms worldwide. Please check it out. I'm Shambu, and thanks for watching this artist spotlight.
Thank you so much, Shambu. I really appreciate your time and the opportunity to share this space with you and your audience. Thank you so much.